G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is an M60. If you've ever played Rising Storm 2, the Vietnam-based shooter game, you probably recognize this thing off the bat, as it is sort of a ported asset from there. Although permissions were granted, this thing was uploaded on the Nexus, and it's out there. Unfortunately, it is for PC only. Sorry, console players, but you'll get to enjoy the video at least, right? Anyway, so this is not actually the first M60 we've ever seen. We had another one with the animations done by War Daddy a while back, and I think it does use the same animations, but these things aren't actually compatible. You can't have both of the M60 mods on at once because it messes up the iron sight aiming with this one, so it's either one or the other. So I guess it's a little bit of a head-to-head task here to see which of these mods prevail, because I do like having the pig in my game. It seems to be one of the more popular light machine gun type weapons to make into this game, seeing as there's two big old mods bringing it in. But unfortunately that means there's no people working on the M240 Bravos. Why isn't anyone bringing that into the game? Get to work, modders. Anyways, so we'll get to the customization options of this thing. Although before I do that, I just want to mention that it's got the 7.62 ammo. Obviously it's the NATO around here. Unfortunately, this means, as not a vanilla ammo type, that you'll have to actually craft these on a chemistry workbench under utility, which is a little bit of a pain in the ass because the War Daddy one uses stuff that's already in the game. So if you got it at a certain level, chances are you already have ammo lying around, but a little bit of busy work needs to be done to get this set up if you don't want to, give yourself all of the crafting resources right away as you spawn it in, like I did. Sue me. Anyways, so we'll go over to the receivers now, and we'll go for the advanced receiver, getting 200 damage a shot, giving us extended range too, which is very good. We can have a standard barrel, a short barrel, which will reduce our range, increase our accuracy slightly, and reduce the weight. Now, it only reduces it by 2 pounds. Honestly, that's probably not worth the range penalty here. The accuracy is negligible anyway, because, if you're at range, the accuracy isn't gonna carry out as far. So short barrel, don't do it. You've got the bipod barrels, which will give you slightly better accuracy the further you go down this list. So we'll do the bipod barrel with it folded up. Next, we've got a plastic stock. That is the only option here, unfortunately, and we can make this thing have a 50 round magazine or a 100 round box magazine. The War Daddy one has an ammo capacity of 200, so I guess that's a point for War Daddy's M60. We've also got some sights here. Iron sights just has these flipped up. You just look through them, line up with the front post. And the gunner sight, which has it flipped down, so you get a slightly clearer sight picture. There's nothing to line it up with, but I guess your character is good enough to use guns to figure out where the bullets are going to go anyway. Anyways, so you can chuck a muzzle attachment on this too, including a suppressor if you want to. Obviously, Ace Operator is boosting that damage to 250, which is pretty good. But if you want to go loud and proud like every pig should be, there's a flash suppressor here, and a compensator if you feel like controlling recoil is, super important. We'll chuck this one with a suppressor because it looks kind of silly, and it'll be a pig with a shush tube on the front. My god, we're breaking new ground today. A legendary effect slot is there if you need it. I'm just going to point out this instigating legendary effect actually does double damage if the target is at full health. Haha, eat shit 76. Okay, so here we are outside of Immersive Gunners Plaza. The weather is about as ugly as a pig, but at least the American machine gun looks pretty good. Anyways, in third person, this thing looks pretty good. Basically the same as the War Daddy one. I think this one slightly edges out in terms of its overall looks and design, simply because I feel like this one was, made by a professional team. Note the accuracy on this thing though, and the recoil. There's like none of it. Now I get that the M60 is a very heavy machine gun and some of the recoil will be taking out of the bullets firing because of the weight, but ooh man, this thing is very, very accurate indeed. And just to give you a view of what the reload is like, I kind of interrupted it with a cloak there, but you get what I mean there. So what we'll start off doing is we'll just shoot all of these gunners like this, and we'll see how we go. Now I guess this weather is fairly context sensitive because obviously in the tropics during the Vietnam War probably would have been pissing down rain a lot of the year, especially during the wet season. Honestly, it wouldn't be a war top on my list of the ones I'd like to fight in. Not that any war would. Unless it's World War III. That's top of my list because I'd get nuked and wouldn't have to worry about all of the horrors of war. I would just get turned into a fucking tool or something. Could you imagine that? a feral tool man who likes goth chicks. Man, what a horrible monster. Someone put it out as misery. Anyways, so the M60 is performing pretty well, and ooh, that gunner actually hopped over the ute there. Oh, sorry, the truck. Gotta use the proper terminology here. Anyways, we'll keep on stealth M60ing this until the jig is up, and yeah, not having the 200 bullets in the magazine kind of hurting us sometimes, but it's not. It's plenty of bullets. The reload speed isn't like a Battlefield 4 tier M60 reload speed. It's fairly quick. I do have the quick hands perk for faster reloads, so these gunners are aggroed by something because my damage has dropped off the bloody cliff. There we go. Now we're back. We've only got a couple more bullets left in this thing, so we'll run the mag dry. And it's on, baby. Now, the thing about this one, we've got a gunner sight on this, which I'm not sure if you can see it, but it removes the rear sight housing, so you can see what you're shooting at a lot better. But honestly, I'm thinking this thing just ought to be hip-fired. Now, the steady hands perk gives us better hip-fire accuracy, obviously synergizes nice and well with this. It's a fairly accurate LMG. That's one of the main traits of it back in Battlefield 4, actually. You know, I actually realized the other day that I've been playing Fallout like a first-person shooter for a long time. I've got to thinking recently, I really want a nice, good new Battlefield game to play because I haven't played a decent one since Battlefield 4. Granted, I did have a little bit of fun with Battlefield 1. It's just not the same. I'm going to stand still because the rooted perk gives me slightly better damage resistance, better than dancing around. I'm thinking the energy shields will hold out anyway. Alright, so it looks like this will be a classic door breach. We've also got nothing to do. We'll pop some more bullets into this. I'll try to get to a better lighting situation in our next little bit of combat so you can actually see this thing, because it might be hard for viewers in a bright room to see what's going on right now. I do apologize for that, but you know, using it to its stealthiest capabilities means using it during the night, and we can see the laser sights through the things. And I like how the enemies can sort of track you through walls, but they know that if they start shooting them through you, you'd probably object to that. So this thing being boosted by heavy gunner, I think makes it, obviously gives you an extra stagger chance. As you rank heavy gunner up, you'll get a higher stagger chance as you go along, which is useful for a weapon like this because it kind of just stops them in their tracks. Granted, they do dance around a little bit after the, you know, when they go through their stagger animations. It's fairly decent. Alright, let's do some VATS gameplay here. Not bad, good size. Let's shoot this guy, this gal actually, and we'll beat them up. That one's actually doing a lot of damage to me. And Winter's pissed off now. You've pissed her off. She's gone to nerd rage. Now, what's happening over here? Oh, muties have shown up. You're not until later, lads, so we'll just use a critical here. 1, 2, 3 banger for about 330 damage each. That's not terrible. And this one's only an enforcer. He should go down pretty quickly. There we go. And there's the, we've actually fired that through a tree there, so a little bit of realism there, because the stopping power from the 7.62 bullets will probably be enough to get through trees like that. That was actually one of the main disadvantages, I guess, for the American side, because the communists during that were using the AK-47s, which shot the big old Russian bullets, was actually had the stopping power to go through trees and shit. So that caused some problems for the Americans, unfortunately for them. But you know, they had the pig, so they had a heavy hitter to hit them back with. But you know, when the ARs were jamming like they did because they were using the wrong bloody bullets, you wouldn't be a happy camper if you were issued with one of those things. Also, this thing is obviously compatible with classic holstered weapons, so Winter puts it on her back. We put the weapon away, and it looks pretty awesome there. There's a little bit of clipping with the bipod, so for emergency's sake, you probably want to have a folded bipod on that. If I were to chuck on this one, yep, that works a lot better. Okay, I was going to go ahead and, you know, kill that ghoul over there, but something's come to my attention. I think there's a gunner attacking my settlement, and, well, there's a bunch of turrets there to tell him that's a bad idea. So many turrets. big giant wall of turrets. Yep. That didn't work too well, did it? Did one of them actually get in? Yeah. There he goes. Alright, now, time to defeat old mate over there. Somebody just got their asses handed to them. That's really quite weird. Yeah, sometimes this ghoul thing... It's raining again. Well, at least it's during the day, so hopefully you can see it by now, right? I think someone over there is essential, and they keep getting bumped up, but... Yep, we'll get the cheeky little stagger chance there, and he'll do his little dance, but... Yep, we can just full auto, stealth commander, stealth heavy gunner him, and that's about it. Who was it? Did I kill them? Yeah, there's a Feral Ghoul Reaver. I have no idea what that was. Alright, I guess we'll try to find some sunny weather. Just kidding, I can just make it console command. As that blood bug says I must go, my people need me, and goes to wherever planet the blood bugs come from. Let's move on. Okay, so here we are outside of Lobsterman's Pond. That's him sitting over there. He's not doing much, just vibing, I guess. And this M60 in third person again, just in case you didn't get a great view of this thing before when we're in the low light conditions, and on the back with classic holster, just in case someone's pacey arms is blocking your view. Anyways, we'll get started, and we'll get as many sneak attack criticals as first. It's going to be short-lived because this thing obviously is unsuppressed. We managed to get like 2 there before the jig was up. Now, you notice how this guy's being thrown around, which is great, just like the ghoul and all of the enemies before it. And what this does for the weapon is really good because it actually feels really powerful. You mix the staggering and how the enemies are actually reacting to being shot with this thing with the beefy sounds and the animations of this thing. It feels like you're firing a big old angry pig. Very, very aggressive pig that hits like a truck. And it feels just perfect. It's exactly what I want in an M60 mod. It's great. If anything, I think there should be slightly more recoil to, you know, to tame the pig a little bit, because it's feeling a little bit like it's just kind of too easy to laser beam this thing. But, you know, depending on whether people actually want to get the muscle memory or the, I guess, skill or concentration to actually bother controlling a weapon like this, is up for the modder to decide what to do. But, you know, just to give the pig a little bit more personality, we actually managed to take a spit there, which is no good. We'll slip behind this tree, also reloading to make sure he doesn't claw us. And we should be pretty much home free now. It might take maybe 1 more mag if I'm unlucky here. Just got to zero in on the head and keep strafing, because he's spitting at me pretty much constantly. Just got to keep ADAD spamming. The AI can't deal with it. But yeah, that's kind of basically it for this thing. And just to show you what this performance is like, just hip firing dance moves, Rambo style. But instead of Rambo, it's someone else. Person I'm playing as. Everyone knows her name. Oh my god, he come close. And we actually killed him just as we ran out of ammo. So, not the most ammo-efficient way of doing it, but I come up with a thought that I might suggest to the mod maker, provided this mod is still being supported. Because generally, I mean, I'm doing this one super late, but if he is open to suggestions on improving, maybe if you've got the Nuka World DLC, you can utilize a 7.62 ammo, but obviously not everyone's going to have that DLC as a requirement. No, not everyone's going to want to buy all the DLCs for something like this. But that's just a thought. Or maybe you could just use the 308 ammo and make that a crafting recipe. Just have a little bit of steel to like make the chain links or rubber or whatever the hell it's actually connected with. So yeah, you can just convert your 308s 1-to-1 for the 7.62 rounds, because they aren't terribly different size. But you know, just adding something to use out of vanilla to actually feed the pig feels like a decent idea, at least to my mind. But yep, that's the piggy. She's a big bad gun, and Winter did alright too. Thank you very much for watching, guys.